Well, this was the scene 1,711 days ago as U of L won the national championship in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Rick Pitino got official word that same morning that he would be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, 4 years, 8 months and 6 days later, the Georgia Dome's been demolished, and interim U of L president Dr. Greg Postel and interim athletic director Vince Tyree were back in Atlanta trying to save the banner that the Cards won there. But these plaques, they do hang. You'll see them maybe when you go out to the State Fair at Freedom Hall, around the concourse of Freedom Hall, and obviously there's a big, how you doing? Excuse me. We're good. We're live on the news. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll cut right through here. And also you'll see the big display at the KFC Yum Center as well. Good morning, guys. Yeah, a bright, sunny morning. Here's Classic Empire right here. Lauren's pick. He looks good, huh? We already saw Always Dreaming out here at about 5:30. And how about that for timing? It's like we set that up perfectly.
Wave 3 sports director Kent Taylor joining us now with his latest struggle, and he's very public about this.
He's used to being big, but not this big. And he wants to help people. He wants to change lives. He was over 13 pounds at birth. He has nicknames like the Pillsbury Throw Boy. But after going through a divorce and the end of his football career, Jared Lorenzen found himself going down a dangerous road.
Look, if you continue this, you're going to die.
That was the message from doctors as Jared Lorenzen had ballooned to his heftiest, over 500 pounds.
Now I'm sitting in my house at, I get home from work 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's like, well, yeah, give me some pizza. Well, I'll make it 2, and let me have some ice cream and brownies. And it was just, things just kept piling on, piling on.
The hefty lefty had become the supersized salesman.
When I started thinking of, if I died tonight, if I didn't wake up tomorrow, what would people say? And it's a weird place to go down. But I said, what would they say? And most, I would think everybody would go, well, Jesus, look what he did to himself, of course.
UK fans know Lorenzen as a larger-than-life quarterback who's still the all-time leading passer in school history. He threw for over 10,000 yards from 2000 to 2003. He even played a few seasons in the NFL and got a Super Bowl ring with the Giants in 2008. He was always as big as his offensive linemen and happy to go by the man-sized monikers that came with his pudgy persona.
Abominable snowman, mobile, agile, hostile, and hungry. BBQ, big beautiful quarterback is what I thought it would stand for, but I just figured barbecue. Aircraft carrier, air launcher. People know me probably better as the Hefty Lefty or J-Lo than they do my normal name. So I've always embraced it. Initially it was J-Lo because I thought eventually she's gonna wanna meet me. Like this name's gonna get out and she's gonna wanna meet me. There has to. And that never happened, or it hasn't happened yet.
He was at his J-largest in 2014, playing quarterback for the indoor Northern Kentucky River Monsters when his first video went viral. A broken leg that started him on a path to more pizzas. Then J-Lo met Anthony Holt, a Los Angeles producer who'd already made a film with former Cat Antoine Walker. Holt wanted to team up with the really hefty lefty.
I don't know what I am now. This whole project isn't about what I weigh and where I'm going to. It's not Jared loses 200 pounds. It's Jared goes until he's off his medication. He can sleep well at night. He can wake up without back pain. He has done the full life change. This isn't a diet that I'm on.
Holt, along with Hollywood trainer Gunnar Peterson and nutritionist to the stars, Dr. Philip Goglia, are all part of the Jared Lorenzen project. They sent him this custom trailer complete with thin Jared goal picks and all the workout equipment that he'll need. His childhood friend, Brendan Stowers, is now his on-site personal trainer.
Let's do a documentary, year-long, 2 years long, however long it takes, to just see what fighting obesity is like.
Lorenzen hosts weekly Wednesday Nights with Jared walks, and he posts videos on Facebook.
Read my messages. Go on Facebook and read those. I mean, the messages I've gotten so far, I'm like, you're inspiring me. This needed a face, and cool, I'll take it and Will run with it.
Now, Jared says he's doing this 98% for his 2 kids. He wants to show them how to make better choices on what to eat, better choices in life. The other 2% for all the people who are now behind him and supporting him, who he says have come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, he's going to save some lives with his message.
And he hopes his own, because at over 500 pounds, he hasn't been on the scale in a while, but yeah, he needs to lose 200 pounds or more.
Wave 3 Sports Director Kent Taylor joining us now. He has an inspiring story of an area player and how those bonds really pushed him, Kent, to overcome tragedy.
Yeah, this is a tight-knit group and a group that's helping each other through the last few weeks. Bryce Heitman is a 6th grader at Holy Trinity, the quarterback and the safety for a team with one goal: getting to the Toy Bowl, which is the Super Bowl for Catholic grade school teams. And his dad, Eric, was fully invested in that dream. I'm talking about one of those dads who watched game film.
All Eric talked about was football and the Toy Bowl, and the thought that something like this would, you know, stop that or stop Bryce from playing. I couldn't even imagine it.
This is the story of a father, a son, their dream for a team, and how God's plan intervened.
He just loved to see me play. Just loved everyone on our team. It meant a lot to him.
Eric Heitman was a UPS pilot. He had come down with something. At first, they thought it was pneumonia.
Next thing I know, they're rushing us to ICU. They said he had this, it's called encephalitis of the brain.
His temperature skyrocketed to 105.8. There were good days and there were bad days.
Bryce would come in, he'd want to talk about football and the Toy Bowl, and, you know, Bryce loved talking to him about that. I told Jeff, you know, no pressure, but if you can get these boys to the Toy Bowl, by then we figured he'd be in rehab. The doctors say they'll give him a day pass and he'll be able to make the Toy Bowl.
And then overnight, things changed.
Everything was getting better. He was walking. And then, you know, that night everything kind of fell apart and we just never got him back.
Eric Heitman left this earth on October 28th. He was 55 years old. Family and friends packed into the ICU at Baptist Health Hospital. They formed a line to say goodbye.
It was a powerful moment. You know, there were so many people there to support Susan and the kids. And, you know, and on top of that, they wanted to be there, I think, for Eric. You know?
Maddox is Bryce's coach. He was there that day, and he had a playoff semifinal to coach the very next day. The message he got from Susan was crystal clear.
We both hugged each other, and I just said,
Jeff, Bryce is going to play. Bryce wants to play. I wanted to play. Eric wanted to play. Let's go play football tomorrow.
Sunday, October 29th, Holy Trinity against St. Margaret Mary.
You're looking at a 12-year-old little guy that is out there, and you just wonder, how's he going to react out here in the game today?
Early on, a fumble on a 4th down brought all that emotion bubbling to the surface.
There's a fumble on the play.
that broke my heart because I was watching him and he doesn't like to talk a lot and I didn't know where he was. And when I saw him spike the ball, which is not his personality.
I got a little emotional in the beginning, but I just told myself to clear out everything, just kind of go and play my game.
On the very next play, the Eagles' free safety made a play he'll remember for the rest of his life.
I didn't really realize I did anything until after I scored the touchdown. I was kind of in shock.
They throw this little kind of lazy swing pass out there to the outside, and he grabs this thing and takes it 60 yards the other way for a pick six.
And he wasn't finished. More touchdowns followed. The end result was a 24-0 Holy Trinity win and that trip to the Toy Bowl.
He never said they had to win the Toy Bowl. He said they had to get to the Toy Bowl, but half that team was in the hospital. You know, one day with us, and then the next day they're out on the field, and I think everybody just needed it. You know, needed something good to happen.
And that's what I told Bryce. Your dad would be so proud.
I don't think he would say much at first. He would just smile and hug me.
And I felt Eric on the sideline, you know, with us that night. There's no doubt about that. It was very special.
And no, Holy Trinity did not win the Toy Bowl. They lost 10-2 to St. Mary. And no, that doesn't even matter, because for a few hours on that afternoon, just one day after a family lost a husband and a father, Bryce Heitman's performance helped them get through the first of what are sure to be many difficult days. And this is obviously a family with a very strong faith and a very strong community behind them that's just helping them get by moment at this point.